Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks. And today, well, we've got one of my wife's replays for you. Again on my account, not her own. It's a tier 8 matchup, standard battle on airfield, and she's in my tier 7 premium Russian tank destroyer, the SU-122-44. Very nice little machine, this. It's based off the T-44, I think, which is the tier 8 Russian medium. And it's got the manoeuvrability of it. I don't know if it's quite got the top speed, but it's definitely got a damn good traverse rate on the hull, and it's got a good rate of fire on that 122mm gun. It's a pretty standard Russian 122mm, 175 pen, 390 damage, but it fires at just under 8 rounds a minute. Not quite as fast as the ISU 122S, which is just over 8 rounds a minute, if memory serves me correctly. But still, bloody good. And not so much now, but a lot of people used to underestimate the rate of fire on this. It's got, I think it's 60mm of armour on the front, but very well angled, and you can bounce a few shots, especially if you are slightly higher than your enemy. And an AMX CDC just rushed in over there and got punished for it. She managed to get a couple of shots into it. And there's a T-71 being quite brave as well. Well, I say quite brave, he's probably just doing his spotting, to be honest, which is what he should be doing. A couple of shots came whizzing past there. And we've got, an enemy SU-122-44 takes the shot, and he turns and it bounces off the front. See what I mean about that frontal armour? There's a T-150 and an IS-2 pushing around the south there, and I think that looks like the Chinese IS-2, not the Russian premium version. It doesn't seem to have the white on the side of the turret or the numbers on the front. Took a hit there. I think that was from the IS-2. Too many letters and numbers in these tanks. It gets confusing for poor YouTubers trying to do a commentary. And rightly so, that position is not a very good position to be in. So she moves round slightly to try and get some hits on the people coming over that hill in the middle. And I'm not quite sure what this Pershing next to us is doing. Doesn't seem to be doing a lot. Oh, he just fired, I think. He's on very low health, but he almost looks like he's at AFP. In fact, I think it was him that fired. Just missed the shot on that T-71 there. It was a bit of a snapshot, but there was not much you could do. It was shifting quite quickly, and it went slightly low and hit the floor. Now, Pershing got finished off, and I think it's that T-150 and possibly the IS-2 again. Tries to get into a position where she can shoot at them, but still got a bit of cover using the wreck of that Pershing. That T-43 is trying to get some shots at them as well. She couldn't get a shot from where she was. Moves forward a little bit. Gets in a good position with this wreck of the Pershing. And there's not much of her tank available for them to shoot at. And just to get one into the IS-2, I think it was. T-25AT comes around, plants one into it and finishes him off. And then starts trying to work over this T-150, but it's at a funny angle. She has got a bit of the front of the turret there. It keeps just going wide and dinging off the cheeks of the turret. IS-2 pops out again, gets a shot in. Churchill 7 gets a shot in. Bounces off, puts one back into the Churchill in return and finishes him off. Still can't get through the front of that though, so switches to premium ammunition. And they're just not behaving themselves. They keep going wide and either donking straight into that cliff front or hitting the cheeks and going on a merry little way on a ricochet. Changes a shot to the machine gun turret on top of it. I think it's a machine gun turret on the top of the T-150's turret. Couldn't quite see from there. And manages to get one through and he backs off. So I'm very, very low health here. Got to be very careful. Somebody else has put a hit into that T-150 and left him on very low health. Can she get the last one in to finish him off? Oh, tracks eat it, but it knocks him off. Now, I don't know where that one went. That seemed to go into the tracks. Oh, that was lucky. Are they firing high explosive? Because I only did about 10 damage. Somebody finished off the T-150 there, got some tracking damage from it. But you could see she was slightly higher than them, and it emphasised the sloping on the front of the tank, and it was bouncing a few shots. And you've got to be very careful when you try and take on an SU-122-44 in close quarters. Its traverse, I think it's about 46 or 48 degrees a second. Very manoeuvrable tank destroyer. There's a Jagdpanther over there, and at this point she's actually forgotten that she was still using premium ammunition. This is not intentional. Plants a good one into the Jagdpanther. That one goes wide. As with most Russian guns, not the most accurate. Not got much of a shot. In fact, no shot at all. Apart from at his gun. Puts one at his gun anyway, just to try and damage it. Because it always helps if you can damage your enemy's guns and modules. He starts backing off, gives her another shot, manages to finish off the Jagdpanther. And like I say, you can just see the rate of fire on this thing. It is unrelenting. Switches back to AP ammo because run out of APCR, and like I say, that wasn't intentional. She'd switched them for the T-150 and just completely forgot which one she got selected, and that was it. All of a sudden, there's no enemy tanks left and the match is over. So not a bad little round. 2,309 undoubled. Sweep the leg. I can't remember if that gives you 250 or an extra 25%. I'm not entirely sure. Second class mastery, cool-headed, and a, oh no, sorry, not cool-headed, Spartan, and a steel wall. And came top of the table, which is always nice. As you can see there, 11 hits received, 7 were non-penetration. You can bounce a few shots in this. Like I say, it's a good tier 7 tank destroyer, and I think it's available all the time from the in-game tech trees, so if you're thinking about giving it a go, yeah, I think I possibly could recommend that one, definitely. Alright, got another replay coming up for you in just a moment. Right, this time you're with myself. It's Westfield. I'm in the tier 7 Chinese light tank, the WZ-131. And as I've said before, for people who've been keeping up with my videos, I use the 85mm on this. You can put 100mm on it, but it's got a lower rate of fire, slightly high penetration, and 250 damage. The 85mm fires a shade under 11 rounds a minute, and I've got a gun rammer on this anyway, and I think a vertical stabilizer and vents. 159 penetration, 200 damage. Oh, wild LTTB doing a spotting run like I am there. Tried to get the initial spot, but I have to duck back. I don't want to be taking hits from all those vehicles over that side of the hill. Try and keep them spotted to get some assisted damage, but nobody on our team's in a position to actually shoot at them and do anything about it, so I duck back down here. The reason I use the 85mm on this is for the rate of fire. This, unlike the 5916 before, it's not as limited in a scouting role. The 5916 is pretty much limited in a scouting role. It doesn't, you know, it's got an auto-loader with very low penetration, so you really have to get the sides and rear of your enemies. Or you can have a 57mm, very similar to the ones off the Russian tanks. I think it's the T-34 and the MT-25. Good rate of fire, good penetration, low damage. But you are more of a scout, traditional scout in that. This is a tank above all else. Managed to finish off that bulldog. I've actually come down this way to see if I can get some opportunistic shots into the sides and rear of the enemy tanks that will be fighting out up on that hill. So I've come down to the bottom end of the village to creep through. Well, yeah, you can use this as a sort of very fast, very poorly armoured medium tank. And I do use it as a tank above a scout. I do try and get a bit of scouting done at the beginning of the match. KV-85 across there, can I get some shots into him? Don't know where that one went, completely missed. Did I say I've got vents on this? I think it's optics, I can't remember what I said now. Well, it's optics anyway, just to clear it up. No shots over that way. I know there's a tank destroyer down this end and they've got 2 artillery, so let's see if we can take out artillery and help our team out that way. Artillery can be quite devastating on this map, it's quite open. So I'm sneaking around at the top of that cliff there, using the dips in the ground to try and keep myself hidden. And there's one of the RT in that tank destroyer that I'd spotted over here. I stare at Emil. Go for the RT first because he could potentially one-shot me. Managed to get one into him. That's dangerous, driving in front of his gun. Get up behind him. Managed to finish him off. And the Stur at Emil. I don't know if he's aware that I'm here. I don't quite know what he was doing. We managed to finish him off, and I found the other RT. Now I've got to be careful. He knows where I am, so we'll be aiming. So put a shot in. Stop. Put another quick shot in. Move. Managed to get a critical on him. I don't know quite where I hit him. And then use my speed to get up close to him. And let's just do things properly. Like I say, this does make quite an effective scout, but it is a tank above all else. More of a faster tank. Managed to get round in front of his gun. Got to get away from the front of his gun. Get round him. One more shot. Oh, that was a high roll actually, but not quite enough to finish him off. Stuck alongside him and put the last one into him. That's artillery down and a tank destroyer. And I finished off a bulldog, so I'm not doing too bad at the minute. 4 kills. Right, what's left? We're in the lead 8-6. Not much of a lead. Start working my way back up the hill to try and get some shots into the people there fighting, but no. They're all gone. And I'm just wondering about where to go. And I'm actually thinking about ducking back down and going back across the other side of the valley, because I have a feeling that the enemy tanks are going to be across there, working the way across that ridge line on the other side. And in fact, yeah, somebody's marking on the map that they're likely to be over there, so drop back down. Now these Chinese light tanks, they're not the fastest of the light tanks, they've not got the best acceleration, but they are very manoeuvrable. They seem to have the best turret and hull traverses. But I like them. You don't see many of them around, but I do quite like these Chinese light tanks. I don't quite know what it is about them, but I do like them. Oh, an AMX-12T, dangerous little auto-loader. He could do some nasty damage to me. Managed to get one into him on the move, do a little bit of dodging and he clips me. Get closer, so I'm not going to miss. Give him a little nudge. Took quite a bit off him, but not much off me. He gets another one into me and I finish him off. Oh, and a Hellcat. That could ruin my day. And he manages to get one hit into me and I finish him off. Luckily he was low health. Got quite a rate of fire on them, and I don't want to get into a protracted fight with one. Right, now we're being capped and they're being capped, but there's only one enemy heavy left. I'm not sure what it is. KV-4. Tough tank. Very tough tank. Although we've got a medium who keeps resetting the cap. They're doing a good job. Thinking of the team and not his safety, and he manages to finish off the KV-4, and that's that round. Nice, quick. Well, yeah, it was quite a quick round, that actually. Nice daily double. Oh, looks like I am. I ranked somebody, I'm not sure quite who. First class mastery, got the scout badge and a top gun. 1800 damage done. Not a lot of assisted. Don't get as much assisted in this one as I did in the 59-16 before it, but then again, like I say, that is more limited to a scout role and being very opportunistic towards the end. And come top of the table, which is always nice. Yeah, not a bad little round, to be honest. Nice quick video for you today. This is the one that should have gone up last night, and I do apologise, but it was the first day of the kids being on summer holidays, and we were quite busy. It was quite a hectic day, but hopefully I'll be putting a second video up later. And as always, take care out there. I'll see you next time, and yeah, catch you later.